let's welcome Thilo. He is CEO of AGVOLUTION. His agri-tech startup focuses on enhancing efficiency as well within the agricultural sector. And you also work on innovations that have
And I'm going to take those 5 minutes now to show you what we actually do at AGVOLUTION. So AGVOLUTION was founded about 4 years ago with a goal to increase efficiency of resources in agriculture, and one of the biggest challenges is irrigation. And I'm going to start with a picture on the left side that I took last weekend at our farm at home. And it's a picture that you can see pretty much everywhere around in Germany currently, but also around the world. It's irrigation agriculture. And when you ask farmers, or if I ask my father, well, when do you irrigate? He's not like you are, Jacob. He's always like, well, it's a matter of intuition. And when we look on the numbers on the right then, is it still time for intuition? Well, I don't think so. 75% of global fresh water is used for irrigation. 35% of fresh water is lost due to inefficient irrigation worldwide. And by 2050, global demand for fresh water is going to be 80% higher than supplies will be. So it's time to change. It's time to look for matters on how we can support decisions of farmer by most times data. And what we came up with is a new way of sensor technology that's patented, and we are very proud that we 2 weeks ago got named the best soil sensor currently on the market. And it's a new way of measuring soil moisture and soil conditions in general. We have two different types. The left one is more for the urban area, vandalism protected for cities, and the right one is for farmers. And then those sensors measure the soil conditions and give a real-time data transforming to our software. And that software is not only visualizing the data, but also gives recommendations on what to do, when to do, and even controls the irrigation automatically. So the farmer doesn't only get insights on the soil, what's going on, but also get a full automated process. And then always question of investors, well, how do you make your money? And we on the one side sell the sensors at the one-off hardware fee. We've sold 2,400 sensors within the last 2 years and within 18 countries. And on the other side, we have our subscription model, and we always are very keen on having a basic version that is for free. That's for two reasons. So one reason is we do a lot of tenders, and in tenders is always a pretty important thing to not using subscription models. And then we also want to build up trust with the farmers, because what they don't like at all is subscription traps. And that's why we always give the opportunity to give a free version for visualization usage. And then when it comes to more complex things like forecasts, automatic irrigations, disease warning systems, that's something that we add as subscription model. But now the interesting part comes, because with those 2,400 sensors currently on the market, the number is increasing daily. We collect a lot of data that we use to train our models. So we have a model that collects all the data. Then it also takes topographical maps, a lot of what you've just seen for Jacob, takes soil maps, satellite imagery, and puts it into a model. And that model then gives us the opportunity to take stuff out. One example, plant modeling. We can already give pretty good estimations on how yields are going to be. And on that side again, just as you've shown, we can give application maps not only for fertilizers, but also for irrigation control. So we then can tell, via rain data as well, to tell the irrigation machine where to do what amount of water. Another point is ground truthing. Satellites can do a lot of things and pretty cool, but they can't look under the ground. So you always need the ground truthing from the ground data. Another point, a lot of things, a lot of talks currently about automation of tractors, robots on the field. Well, how are you going to make sure that they don't get stuck in future? And that's something we do as well, trafficability maps. And there are other things like floods and stuff. So we use the model that we train and take different parts out of it, and then mostly use it as an API with different companies to take it for them. And then my last point is to show you that it's not all just made up, that we've done just a few customer extracts we're currently working together with over the last years. So we have a lot of cities who use sensors. They obviously don't use the models, but the sensors. Then we have KWS, Pöttinger, for example, that used our plant growing models. We do a lot with the 1 Acre Fund in Africa. Landwirtschaft Niedersachsen, I've seen a few of you, one of the first customers always supporting us. And I want to end the whole thing with a just published statement in a German newspaper from the Geschäftsführer of the Wasserverband Vorderpfalz, who said AGVOLUTION allows us to optimally protect sensitive crops such as potatoes while conserving resources. Thanks a lot.